So we were about a week off from our 14th anniversary, and I was at a loss. I got in the room, a place that we really enjoyed going to, and didn't know what we were going to actually do for dinner and just little things like that. I knew I wanted to set up something nice though, so I was talking to Bishop Mia about it and said, this is something I'm doing. It's weighing on me. I've got to do something nice. I got to make this worthwhile because we've had some really big changes that have happened and really big improvements in just our lives together. And so I wanted to do something special. And so she said, well, pray about it and God will make it happen for you. And so I guess a couple of days later I got a text from her and she said, Missy is starting a business and I think this is something that she'd like to do for you. And I was like, that's nice, I appreciate it, but we're going to be out of town. And she goes, no. She wants to do it for you there. And I was in the hotel room. Oh, okay. So I gave you a call and said, I think this would be fantastic, but we work out some of the ins and outs. Is this something you can do? You're going to be able to travel? And that's the whole point. That's what we're doing. That's what we're supposed to do, is set up something that is unique for you. And so everything fell apart right before we were about to leave. The kid gets violently ill, and Cathy was like, my sister is not going to want to take the child. We should just stay home. It should work out. I think it'll work out. And so we got on our way, dropped the kids off, made it there precisely at the right time, assumed the right time. And as we're coming in, I see Missy leaving out, and then I saw Cathy. I looked over to see if Cathy had seen anything. She didn't see anything, so all right. So pulled in, stopped the car, and we get out, go inside. Why don't you go look at the restaurant, see if you can see anything over there? And as Cathy left out one side, you guys came back out the other side, and I was like, wow, that was amazing timing. So we got up to the room and opened the door, and Cathy was still wondering the whole way we're coming over there, looking up stuff on the phone and trying to look at the actual menus for the local areas and stuff. Shaun has been planning. I can't believe he's not planning, that type of thing. And so she was trying to take over and make it worthwhile. So we opened the door, and she's like, this is really nice. There's candles and there's rose petals like everywhere, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And I was just kind of like, yeah, it's really strange that all this would be doing this. But it was set up better than I could have ever thought at any point in time. It was just perfect. As soon as we got there, Cathy came in. She was immediately crying and really enjoyed just the look of it. I'll let you talk about it too, but door closes, put down the bag, and as soon as we put down the bag, there's a knock on the door, and there's the menu, the food, everything showed up instantaneously. Guy came in and he was impressed, and so he works in the hotel and has seen lots of stuff in the past, and he's like, this is really nice. So we just really enjoyed the experience, and every time that we looked somewhere, you found something else. Like it was, you looked down, there's something wrapped up here, and there's a beautiful necklace, and then some words put on a card that was done up way better than I could do. You go into different areas, like we looked over and there's cupcakes and there's like fruit and that type of thing. It was beautiful. And then Cathy, 30 minutes later, looks over at me and she says, have you seen the bathroom? And I was like, no, she did stuff out here. She says, no, there's the whole thing, and it's done up in here too. So we go inside there and it's gorgeous. There's more flowers. It was just amazing. So I did everything I could to try and take some pictures and that type of thing, but I did it no justice. So I would say that if you ever have the opportunity, and I've made the recommendation already quite a bit to some other folks, my boss included, and he was like, I wish that I had the time to even thinking of something like that. And so he said, that sounds like a perfect thing for me. He's like, I should invest in that. So we just really enjoyed the entire experience. From the moment we got there to the time that we left, it was just easy. We didn't have to go anywhere. We didn't have to go out. We didn't have to go find the special niche place or anything like that, because it was everything that you could want and everything that you didn't know that you even wanted for the night. And somehow, just because of the work that you all did, I managed to get credit for something that was partially my assistance, but in reality, it was better than I could have even come up with on my own. So thank you very much.
It was absolutely gorgeous. It was the most romantic evening we've ever had. My husband is wonderful. He takes care of me very well, but it was just very shocking. It's the first time I've ever been surprised about anything. It was such a beautiful setting, because you open the door and it's all lit in candlelight, the whole room, all along the floors, all along the tables, all these beautiful crystal candle holders. And at first I was a little worried that he might have lit fire in the hotel room, and then I was, okay. But it was amazing. It was the most beautiful, most well thought out, most intimate, romantic evening. It was just wonderful. Everything was in my favorite color, and there were rose petals everywhere, and just like you said, everywhere you turned you saw something else, just a little beautiful just touch everywhere in the room of just romance and, like I said, intimacy. It was very classy, very elegant. We're kind of more simple people, and it just felt very luxurious. We got to eat this beautiful meal at this beautiful table privately together, and we had beautiful champagne and the desserts. It was just so beautifully done. I absolutely loved it, and I would say that it's probably the most romantic evening I've ever experienced. And I mean, we've had several that we've tried to do ourselves, but it was just so wonderful to walk into such a beautiful romantic environment. So I would recommend it to anybody. Any woman who wants to be treated like a queen, definitely do this.
And any man that wants to get the credit for it, which is not a bad thing either. So
thank you very much for all the work that you did.